Hi everyone, it is me, TheBetulaWitch, back at again with another video. And so I will be going over the quarterly and monthly spread printables that I have available for you guys on the website. This is available again through the newsletter. That's how you guys all found this. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy. So I'll start off with the quarterly goal one first, because the monthly is a little just kind of shortened version of this. But anyways, you can go through the newsletter, go to the link for the free printables and just type in the password. Boom, it's there, download it, you're ready to go. So that's what it looks like. Excuse me. So at the top, I say, how do I want to feel this quarter? I think that getting in touch with emotions and feelings is something that's really important. And I gave some examples of, like, you know, happy, energized, aligned, lush, worthy, grounded, rooted. Please don't feel limited to those suggestions. You guys can pick whatever it is that best summarizes what you guys are wanting to feel for that quarter. And a quarter, in case you don't know, the year can be divided into 4 quarters. Yeah, I just had to count it out really quick. So the first quarter was January, February, and March. This is March, so we're in the last month of the first quarter. The next quarter starts April, May, June. Okay, so if you guys wanted to still fill this out, or fill this out for next month, for April, May, and June, you can absolutely do that because there's enough space available. If you guys wanted to take the monthly spread when we go over that and sort of reevaluate your March and get kind of back on point, because we are coming through this Mercury retrograde, feel free to do that as well. So I leave a spot for some divination guidance for this quarter. If you don't print on the back, then that allows you a space to kind of do like your little divination spreads. Depending on how detailed you get, you might need a couple of pages. And my printer doesn't do front and back, but it's an advantage again because I can put my divination guidance on the back here and then just quickly summarize right there. So next we have the quarter goals. So think about what it is that you need to do for the next 3 months and then write those down. It doesn't have to be super thought out, super detailed, because that's what we'll do in the monthly sections. So I am going to fill this out as we go along. And I'll just fill this out for April, May, and June. And then for the monthly, I'll personally do March because I need to reevaluate. May. And if you find anything that's like important detail, stuff that you need to remember, definitely definitely write those down. Now this can be as detailed as you want it to be, or it can be as simple as you want it to be. I left this format pretty simple so that you weren't overwhelmed going through. So here I just wrote down some of my little to-dos and things that I need to get done. And then I put, you know, for my important date, May 5th will be the date of my first live sale. So I've got that marked down so that I can remember. And then the rest of the stuff I can just fill in later. So for our month, we have month 1, as in like the first month of the quarter. so I left a space there. So what I'm going to do is put April. And so now I put in the monthly sections where taking our goals for the quarter and breaking them down into bite-sized chunks so that it's easier to achieve our goals. So it's always very, very good to have these big, broad goals and aim really, really high and do big goals. But then we have to sit there and think, how is it that I'm going to be achieving this right now at this point, right? So, okay. So for a goal for April is to make sure that my shop is open. So that's what I could put. And my first live class, or my first live round rather, of letting go will be happening during April. Registration and all of that stuff, details are on my Instagram. So again, I'll probably do some more in-depth divination guidance for myself, and I'll put it on the back of this page. So the key stuff I will put in here. I'll think about the ways that I want to feel. And so I'll also just delve into why I feel so important about talking about the way that we want to feel. I feel like feelings are an indicator of how we are feeling. I feel like feelings are an indicator of what is serving us at that time. Because let's just say, like, have you guys ever had a goal that you wanted, something that you really, really wanted to do? Like, I wanted to work at this place because I had heard absolutely amazing things about it, and it was like really, really hyped up. So I was like, oh my God, like I really want to do it. And then I get there and honey, no, the feeling was not right. It wasn't good, and I was not able to cultivate the way that I wanted to feel being in that place. So that's why I think that feelings are important, because if you have this goal of, like, you know, feeling fulfilled, like your heart is soaring, happy, aligned and in tune, and if you're not feeling some of those things along the way, then you can readjust and course correct. Also, that also having a like set feeling allows you to sit there and really take a moment and have a something to think about in a moment to connect. So if we're saying, oh well, I want to feel this way and I want to feel this thing, but in all reality maybe that's not the feelings that are aligned with us anymore. So it's just another point for you to take time with yourself, see what it is that you're feeling, and to really understand yourself. So the Padao. So the steps that I'm taking to achieve these goals is the last step on this page. Again, this is page 2. So you can go in, and that's where you're going to break down your goals for that month into bite-sized chunks. And so this is not a lot of space. You can see that I write small, but this is still not a lot of space. So I'd probably take one goal, maybe flesh it out here, and then do the other one on the back. Oh, and what I also skipped over are some affirmations. So I love to use affirmations. I think, again, it's just another great way to help keep myself in tuned and aligned with what it is that I need to do. So one affirmation that I've been using a lot is I maintain my peace, and it's my time and I'm ready for the next step. That last one is a Denise DT one, and then like, it's safe for me to make money, it's safe for me to make money doing what I love, it's safe for my business to support myself. Things like that are the affirmations that I've been using. So some of the ones that I suggest are: I am worthy of all that I desire, my needs are exceedingly met by the universe, I have all the resources that I need to start. It's my time and I'm ready for the next step. And again, I put that is a Denise thing. Okay. So month 2 and month 3 look the same. They're just little duplicates. But and so I have a quarter review. So I give you some thinking points. Again, I feel like journaling, thinking about things with yourself, self-discovery through that medium is super duper important. So I say, what I noticed this quarter. So if there's anything that you felt was lacking, if there was anything that you felt went exceedingly well, if there was anything that you feel kind of meh about, definitely put all of it down. Don't be afraid. It's okay. So again, I say any synchronicities, habits, feelings, anything else that you can think of that is worth noting. So if you've been seeing like angel numbers, if there's a card that's been stalking you, if there's something, if you're using this, and like you're a business owner, if there's anything like that you need to note about your business or whatever it is, definitely take time to just write it down, get it out on paper so that you can kind of see where everything is and go from there. So then a very key part that I have is gratitude. So I feel like when you're doing any sort of work, keeping in touch with yourself and closing off at certain points, whatever points you feel are important, is definitely a cool thing to do. And so for this, you know, I choose gratitude because if we're having a rough month, stuff isn't going so well at work, we didn't do as well as we thought that we could, if there's grief, strife, struggle, etc., I think that it's great to, you know, sit with those feelings and acknowledge those feelings of grief and strife and struggle, and not just, you know, pay attention to all of like the happy things, but also like just be balanced. So you know, take note of things that are happier that have happened and things that are saddening that have happened. Have a balance there. And so again, what are you grateful for this quarter? Just take time to write it in. If you need space to write down a bunch of things that you are grateful for, or to do this during the month of stuff that you're grateful for, definitely write it down. I think that's really, really cool to go back, especially, and to see all of these things that you were grateful for. It's absolutely beautiful. So in this next space, I have rewrite your goals. How do you feel about them? What do you need to course correct and change? Have you met your goals? Do they need to be revamped? Do they need to be carried over to the next quarter? Right. So again, writing, getting it all out, kind of having this brain dump is very important. And I think that a lot of times people maybe they don't celebrate themselves enough or pay attention to their accomplishments because they're so busy to hop from one point to the other. And so I understand that we have this goal, this process, these desires and needs that we need to be meeting and things that we need to be doing, but make sure that you take a time of pause to process what it is that you're what it is that's happened to you, because there might be some gems in there that you might not have picked up before, or you could be a person that does not celebrate themselves enough. So definitely take time to do that. And so I have, what do I need to work on? Don't feel ashamed here. We'll have things that we need to work on, and just be open and honest with yourself. Like this writing here, especially like if you're in a space where like no one's going to go through your things and it's relatively secure, do not be afraid to just write it down and get it all out. So yeah, at the end, when you're done writing, if there's anything that you want to take time to release, what you can do is just write it on a piece of paper. You could write it on some toilet paper and flush it down the toilet. You could write it on a piece of paper, shred it, throw it in the trash. You could write it on a piece of paper and burn it. Be safe with that fire. Don't say the Betula Witch told you to burn up your house. Don't do that, okay? Always be fire safe. And again, I give you a couple of different methods in case you cannot burn anything, then you have some means to go about doing things. And so on this last page, this is page 6. Of the quarterly goal sheet, I have: you are loved, you are divinely guided, you are worthy of all that you desire, the universe abundantly provides, I believe in you, and you are ready. So this page you don't have to print out if you don't want to, but if you have any affirmations that you wanted to put here, or if you just had a great idea. So if you have a let's just say a vision board that you do, and your vision boards can change quarterly so that you're able to better focus on some of the goals that you have going on, or the things that you have going on at that particular time. So what you could do is transform this into a vision board, whether you want to write words here, write affirmations here, go all out, make a collage surrounding these words, cover up these words, like, I don't care. But yeah, that's definitely great. You could definitely use this last page to write affirmations, to do a vision board, or both. I think that's so bomb. Okay, so that is it for the quarterly goal sheet. Here is the monthly goal sheet. I just have a slot up here for the month. You can print this out as needed. And so it's the same thing with my affirmation for this month is blah, blah, blah. And I give you suggestions for affirmations and how do I want to feel this month. Really think about that, be present with that, and think about how you want to feel and why. It's okay for emotions to not have anything to attach to them. But if you're really trying to stay cognizant and manifest particular things, staying in tune with your emotions is definitely helpful. And again, we have the divination guidance slot, the monthly goals. Also, this font looks different because I printed it off of Pages compared to this. The fonts are the same. I just did this from a PDF, and then this from Pages. So yeah, so you have a space there to put this month's goals. And again, if you do divination guidance, you can flesh that out. Also, if you don't do divination guidance, but you get any sort of guidance from spirit, whatever you view as source, God, whatever type of guidance you have, your mama, I don't know, but just, you can definitely just stick that there and have it as something to remember, even if it's like a little simple phrase, what have you, do you. And then so down here we have the steps I'm taking to reach these goals, flesh out these goals, create different action steps, and these action steps are going to serve as micro wins onto your larger goal for that month. So also, once you achieve a little micro win, take a step, pause, reflect on it, and pat yourself on the back because you did that, because, well, you are that person. And then here, this is the last page. It's only 2 pages. Print out whatever it is that is going to serve you. So it's things that happened this month that I'm grateful for, and your monthly review. So again, if you need the back page, feel free to use that. And then down here at the footer, it's got all of my information, name, my IG, Facebook, website, all of that good stuff. So with that being said, I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that this was thorough enough for you guys. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. But if you felt that the sheet was self-explanatory and you didn't really need to watch too much of this, excellent. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.